Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over a wildcard draft for game week 26. So if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 50 likes. Leave a comment. What are you doing with your team this game week? Let me know, because it is a big double game week. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video, and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, this is my wildcard draft for game week 26. Now, of course, it would need a lot of tinkering depending on your certain situation, what chips you have left and all that. This wildcard is more if you have a free hit left and you're going to free hit in game week 27. If you're not free hitting in game week 27, you're still going to want a few of these players because of game week 30 with the massive blanks there. If you're free hitting in game week 30, then obviously you don't need those players. There's a lot of different kind of situations that are going on right now. So if you are free hitting in game week 27, this wildcard draft is for you. If you're not, I'll probably make another wildcard draft at some point for people that are not free hitting and are obviously free hitting in game week 30 or just don't have any free hits at all. So anyway, in goal we have Ramsdale and Sanchez. Now Ramsdale of course does blank in 27, but of course if you're using your free hit, then it doesn't matter because you can just play Sanchez. Even if you're not using your free hit, I still would go with these two keepers because they just kind of combine really well with fixtures. And again, even though Ramsdale blanks in 27, Sanchez doesn't, so you can easily just play both of these and kind of mix and match. So whether you're playing your free hit in 27, 30 or not, I still think Ramsdale and Sanchez are the best combo. Ramsdale obviously has incredible fixtures towards like the end of the season as well. I mean, look at just all those greens, and then the last three obviously are all double game weeks that they're going to have. None of those fixtures are great, but it will still be nice for Sanchez to get a double every now and again. But even when he does get a double, it's going to most likely be paired with a very nice game as well. Like they could get Watford and Tottenham, or Watford and Chelsea, or Watford Liverpool, or something like that. They're also supposed to be blanking in 28. There's been like not blanking, doubling in 28. There's been whispers there, which is why there's more Arsenal players on this wild card, because again, it's not confirmed and this would change when we do get confirmation and stuff. But as of right now, there are whispers that Arsenal are going to double in 28. Anyway, we also have Sanchez as well, who again, you know, you can play him really when he has like the Norwich game, the Southampton game, the Newcastle game, stuff like that. So they're the keepers. At the back, we have White, Trent, Cancelo, Digne, and Aït-Nouri. Now, you could really bring in any Wolves defender. You have 3.4 mil in the bank. That's just there just because, you know, if you do want to have any big changes to the team, then you have a lot of money in the bank. It's just because all the premiums aren't really doing much this season, and there's players that like Broja, who's 5.4, who are just popping off, so you're going to have a lot more money in the bank. But yeah, Aït-Nouri doubles in 26 and also does not blank in game week 30, so Wolves players are really nice to target at the moment. As well as that, they have really nice fixtures from game week 28 to game week 32, and then they've got City, but then they've got Burnley, Brighton. Like, Wolves assets are just are okay at the moment. Like, you could also bring in Sarr if you really wanted to instead of Ramsdale. It generally is just up to you because, again, they both double in 26. Sarr also does not blank in 27, and then neither of them blank in game week 30 as well. So, again, it is really just a toss of the coin between Ramsdale and Sarr. I personally like Ramsdale a little bit more just because they've got the better double this week and they've just kind of got nicer fixtures towards the end of the season. But Sarr, we all saw his display against, who did they play? Tottenham. He's just a really good player to have. Digne is in the team. He doesn't double in 26, but he also does not blank in game week 30. There's not many teams that obviously don't blank in game week 30. There's Villa, there's Leeds, there's Wolves, there's Arsenal, there's Leicester, and there's Brentford. So there's not a lot of teams there you can really pick and choose from. Again, we might get more teams that don't blank in game week 30. It all depends on the FA Cup. So we'll have to see those kind of games and see what happens there. But as of right now, they are the only teams that do not blank in 30. So again, even if you were using your free hit in game week 30, there's not really any players that like stand out at all. Like, you're already going to have the players that you would free hit in your team anyway from that point, because there's still, from now to game week 30, you know, there's game week 26 transfer, game week 27 transfer, game week 28 transfer, game week 29 transfer. That's enough transfers to be able to sort your team out to be in a good position in game week 30 and not like completely mess up your team. So yeah, unless we get better fixtures in game week 30, I generally don't think free hitting is the best option. I would much rather do it in game week 27. You can get all the points from your Arsenal and Liverpool boys in game week 26, and then obviously free hit them out in game week 27, get them back for game week 28, where they've all just got really nice fixtures as well. Cancelo is in the team, yes, doesn't double, does blank in game week 30, but can you really go without having Cancelo? You could bring in Robertson instead of get rid of Jota. That is also an option. I just feel like Cancelo is just a must-need this season. Don't need to talk about Trent. Ben White, I mean, this could be Tierney. This could be any Arsenal defender, really. I just think Ben White is just, for his price, he's 4.5. He's just nailed. He's playing 90 every single game. He's very, like, he's not injury prone at all. Like, I just think he's a really, really good FPL asset right now. And it just allows an easy way into that Arsenal defense for very much just a cheap option, to be fair. So I really like Ben White, but you could go with Tierney, who's a little bit more attacking, but a little bit more injury prone. It is really up to you. But again, you have the money to do that, really. It generally is just up to you. Rafinha is in this team. Again, did come off at half-time. I don't think that's going to be a thing we see again because they got battered in that game. But yeah, Rafinha does double and then also does not blank in game week 30, so a nice option to have. Again, Bamford would be a player that you'd be targeting as well for a forward, but he's still injured. So Rafinha is just a nice option because he's on penalties, and if they're going to score, it's usually going to go through him. He's usually going to be involved. We also have Jota and Salah. Again, if you're wildcarding this week, you will not be able to triple captain Salah. But again, there's been a lot of talk on whether he's even going to play both Norwich and the Leeds game at home because they've got Champions League fixtures. They've got like so many fixtures in like just short span of time. Like, is he going to be able to play every single game? I know he's a machine, and I know he wants to play every game. But with the options that they have of Jota, Bobby Firmino, Mane, Diaz, is he going to play every single game? I really don't know. Like, he might just miss the Norwich game, and if that happens and you triple captain him, it's going to be the worst thing ever. A lot of people are kind of going towards Trent now, triple captain, who's most likely going to play every game because they just don't have a backup for right back. Well, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but yeah, it does not look fun at all, like the kind of whispers that are going around. And then Jota as well is also potentially going to get rotated. I mean, you could take out Cancelo for Robertson and then bring in someone like Maddison for Jota, who again also does not blank in game week 30, and it just saves you a transfer down the line. But then do you really want to not have Jota for Norwich and Leeds? I know he might not play both games, but when he does play, he should hopefully pop off. Saka, another player, you could go Martinelli if you really wanted to, but again, he's got the red card and everything, so I just think Saka is the best option. You know, I know Martinelli's cheaper, but Saka just gets involved all the time, and he's about to get a price rise as well. But I mean, price rise doesn't really matter at this point in the season, but I just really like Saka, man. I think he's a good option into that Arsenal midfield. Still cheap as well, 6.4 mil. Should be a really good option. Bowen, I mean, you can't really not have him in your team with the form that he's in at the moment. Again, he does have some tough fixtures coming up, the likes of Liverpool. Wolves is also a tough fixture, I'd say, at this point, with how good they've been at the back. Tottenham as well is in there. But yeah, I mean, Bowen is just, I think he has to be an FPL asset in every team with just the form that he's in. Up top, we have Dennis, Broja, and Jimenez. So Dennis doubles in 26. Has some really nice fixtures coming up as well, likes of Southampton, Everton. We have Broja, who just has such nice fixtures. He's 5.4 mil. Look at those options, man. Like, if you're on a wild card, I know he doesn't double, but you just have to bring him in because after double game week 26, you're going to have him for Norwich, Villa, Watford, Burnley, Leeds. Like, that's just such good fixtures for Broja. Like, he just has to be a staple. And they've gone Jimenez as well instead of Watkins. Like, Watkins doesn't double, whereas Jimenez does. Watkins been really out of form, and also I know that neither Watkins or Jimenez blank in game week 30, but I just think that Jimenez's fixtures are just really, really nice coming up. And as well as that, he did just score, so his confidence is a little bit higher. You know, he's on pens. I just think that they're the same price range, like Jimenez and Watkins, and just Jimenez is he's just a better shout. Like, Watkins is just, I wouldn't say he's washed, but he's just not really finding his form. So yeah, that's kind of a game week 26 double wild card that I would go with. You have how many doubles? You have Ramsdale, White, Trent, Ait-Nouri. Again, that could be any Wolves player because Ait-Nouri is a little bit of a rotation risk, but he's just when he does play, he's on set pieces. He's really attacking. When he played against Tottenham, he had like a shot in the box. He was on, like I say, set pieces. Really, really good option going forward. He just is a tiny bit of a risk rotation. But yeah, you have doubles: Ramsdale, White, Trent, Ait-Nouri, Saka, Salah, Jota, Rafinha, Dennis, and Jimenez. So that's 10 double game week players, which is obviously okay. You don't need to field 11 really, but I guess it would be kind of nice. Again, you could change someone to get a double in if you really wanted to, but I think 10 double game week players is okay, because then for game week 30 you have Ramsdale, you have White, you have Digne, Ait-Nouri, you have Saka, you have Rafinha, you have Jimenez. So that's 7. So you have 7 game week 30 players. You've got enough transfers from now until game week 30 to be able to get in the rest of the players to field a full squad. And as well as that, we might get more fixtures down the line anyway that end up being in Game Week 30 because of the FA Cup and stuff. So I think this is an okay wildcard draft. Again, if you're not free hitting in 27, you're not free hitting, you're free hitting in 30 or whatever. This is very much just depending on whether you're free hitting in 27 or not. If you are, I think I would go with something like this. But if you're not free hitting in 27, yeah, like I said, I'll probably make another wildcard draft at some point in the future. Anyway, though, that's going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 50 likes. Leave a comment. What are you doing with your team this game week? Subscribe if you're brand new. That's everything from me. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.